How's it going, people? Welcome back to AFTV and welcome to a brand new show called Box to Box, where every week this season I'm going to sit down with the fan of the opposition team that we've got coming up. Obviously, we're starting with Tottenham. What better place to start than the noisy neighbours down the road? Tobs, in the building. What are you saying, G?
I'm good, man.
Come on.
We're not so noisy. I'm probably noisier than our club right now, but it is what it is, man.
We're going to delve into all of that anyway. We're going to delve into all of that. Like I said, we've got this game coming up this Sunday, Mind Series. We've both come off the back of playing Chelsea.
Yeah.
If you count that Willock goal, you know, both would have ended 2-2, but unfortunately there was no VAR and goal line technology, so we lost 2-1. You lot...
We drew 2-2.
Clawed it back 2-2. You was 2-0 down, right?
Yeah, 2-0 down. 2-0 down. Chelsea cruising, and then they take off basically all their good players, bring on some of the dead ones, and we get a new lease of life. And we.
Is it down to that then, more so than?
Yeah, I think it's down to that more so than us actually being good. I don't really rate us, so. Yeah.
What's your overall feelings now the season's, you know, approaching and transfer window? Not nearly done because there's a few weeks left, but a lot of business has, well, I say a lot, but business has been completed before the start.
Yeah, some business has been completed, but it's the same as it's been all summer for me. Even with this impending arrival of Romero, like, I just have no expectation this upcoming season.
What's your thoughts on Romero? I've heard good things, but...
He looks really good. I'm excited that he's joining the club, and I'm excited that we've actually identified a centre-back who ticks a lot of boxes and we're willing to pay the money for him, because we've been stung in recent years where we've had a centre-back that will completely improve our backline and we've just not done it. Last season it was Skriniar. We tried to be cheap. He goes on to have a dominant season in Italy. We end up buying Joe Rodon for 11 million, an average centre-back, no disrespect to him, but an average centre-back who didn't even play a significant part in our season. Yeah. So it just didn't make sense. And then same summer we're linked with Ruben Diaz, and you saw what happened when he went to Man City, the impact he had. So not saying Romero is going to come and completely transform our defence, because I think that's almost asking too much of him, because we're that bad defensively.
How old is he?
He's 23 years old.
Okay.
But I think him coming in is a sign that maybe we're trying to turn a corner in some aspects, because at least that's one out of a possible 6 or 7 positions that we need to address. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him, but I'm not looking forward to the season.
Nah.
Well,
Man City kick off the season,
bro. Bro, you know the politics that we're having in Man City now anyway.
That's true. Do you think that plays some part in it? We might as well talk about Kane, you know, because he's the hot topic right now.
Yeah.
Missing in action, but apparently he's returning real soon.
Yeah.
He might have returned by the time this video comes out, but...
Probably.
Do you think, you know, part of it is Tottenham don't want to, you know, release him until that fixture gets played, because potentially you sell him before he comes in, he scores against you, man, and, you know... The picture's very bleak.
I think like a week ago, Spurs we had probably planned for him to return to training, to play, to maybe like be on the bench against Chelsea, to definitely feature against you lot on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then with a view to get him some minutes against Man City. But now it's just been the flip. The script has been flipped, and there's no chance he's playing against Man City, especially considering they're the ones who are now actively going for him as well. So he's clearly not in the right frame of mind to play, and from a match fitness point of view as well, he's behind the other players in our team. So I can't see him playing that game.
What's your, like, I've heard some Tottenham fans, you know, call him a Judas. I've heard some Tottenham fans just say, you know, just let him go now, enough is enough. And I've heard some Tottenham fans say, you know what, they're actually more on his side because they feel like there's a verbal agreement there that isn't being honoured. You know, we know a lot of Tottenham fans' thoughts on Levy and Edic and so on. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it? Like, why has it turned out like this for Kane and Tottenham?
I mean, it's pretty simple, isn't it? Harry Kane signs a long contract 3 years ago. Spurs are on the up. Spurs had just finished in the top 3 for the 3rd consecutive season. Pochettino signs a new deal. The new stadium's nearly completed. Things are on the up. Eriksen's still there. Dele's still coming off a strong season. Son coming off a strong season. So Harry puts pen to paper naively without any clauses, thinking, you know what, this club's on the up. I've spoken to the chairman, this, that and the other. The gaffer, I really like him. And the Spurs hierarchy have just let this club rot. have just let this club rot and fester and fester and fester, and now it's just a complete shambles.
So lack of forward thinking.
Yeah, shocking thinking. We've got a big squad now, and it's full of poor players. Like, our squad's probably the biggest it's been in years, and it's nowhere near as good as it used to be a couple of years back when it was smaller in terms of actual quality, which is startling. So I think first and foremost, that's who you have to look at as a reason for this Harry Kane situation. And then when you look at the player himself, as I mentioned it earlier on, I do think it was his agent was a bit naive and not putting some sort of clause or some sort of loophole that gives this guy a bit of a leg to stand on.
It's hard to trust these billionaires.
It is. So that's why, like, I can sympathise with how the club have failed to match Harry's ambition. Like, we've spoken about it many times. On the Big Six, but the way he's acting now, I think it's uncalled for. I can understand him trying to take matters into his own hands and take control of his own destiny. If he doesn't speak up and act in a certain way, maybe the Spurs won't get the message. But I just think there's a better way to go about it, considering the circumstance. Because it's not like Man City have made a bid that we'd be open to accept and we're letting him go. Yeah. It's not like you've heard Levy say categorically Harry Kane is not for sale.
It's all up in the air.
It's all up in the air. Like, we've been in this situation before. Real Madrid, they wanted Gareth Bale, they made a club record fee. Man United, they wanted Dimitar Berbatov, they made a Premier League record fee back then. So,
how do you see it being concluded then?
They have to listen.
Is that how you see it being concluded, or?
I think that's how it's going to happen. I think, unfortunately for them, they're going to make us wait, and I think we need to take a leaf out of Aston Villa's book and start preempting this guy's departure and start looking for players that obviously aren't going to replace Harry Kane, because he's irreplaceable in terms of what he offers, but can give us something different and move away from the Harry Kane era and into a new era. So that's what we need to start doing now, because he obviously doesn't want to play for the club anymore. He wants to go to Man City, and he deserves to be playing at a Champions League club. He deserves to be at a club that are challenging for all honours. But the way he's going about it, not turning up to training, I think is foul, and I think it's just tarnishing his reputation with the fans.
Are you worried?
I was worried with Harry Kane.
So, where did that worry come from? Pochettino sacking, or
everything
even before that?
Pochettino sacking, a lack of investment in the team for 18 months. An ownership who are so tone deaf and backwards in their handling of matters on the field and off the field, and just the sheer degradation of players in our squad. Like, so many players have gone backwards in the last couple of years. Ali is not the player he used to be. Winks, not the player I thought he was. Sanchez, Dyer. There's so many players I can name that we've expected stuff from, or we were used to expecting things from, and they've either turned to crap or they're ineffective. Lucas Moura's another one as well. Like, players that we thought we could depend on, we can no longer depend on these guys. So, as I said, we have a squad that is meant to be a top 6 squad, but is nowhere near good enough to be a top 6 squad. And declining. And we have a manager who is a nice guy, decent, nice guy. In terms of what he's done in the Premier League, I would say he's a good manager, but you know me, I didn't want Nuno for the reasons I stated, which is that I didn't really like his brand of football, and I don't think he's that type of manager like Pochettino that can mask a team's deficiencies with his coaching. He hasn't got that quality. I've not seen that quality in him in his time at Wolves. So,
looking at us a bit more then, obviously, what was the Romero fee in the end? Close to 50?
It's 50 million euros plus 5 million euros add-on, so 55 million euros.
So close enough to the Ben White deal on our end. That's our both biggest signings, centre-backs.
So it's a little bit of a battle there.
Yeah, we finished, 7th and 8th a point between us. It's all mad. It's all mad at both sides of North London right now. What's your thoughts on Arsenal? I asked you, were you worried about Tottenham? You said you've been worried. But what's your thoughts on Arsenal? Because listen, Tottenham have gone from, and this is in terms of the rivalry, Tottenham have gone from when we was growing up, chasing, finishing above Arsenal, to in the last however many years, comfortably feeling like they will finish above Arsenal. I feel like now there's a bit of a crossroads. I feel like we're not in the same position, but at the same time, I feel like we've been in the mud for a little while now, whereas you
Like
man are
said,
kind of coming.
winter's coming, yeah.
Yeah, we've been in that mud, whereas you men are coming back into the mud.
Yeah.
Now, I don't feel yet Arsenal have done what it takes for me to think they're coming out of the mud, but Tottenham are doing things that have placed them where essentially we are.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on Arsenal now? Where do you see it going? Down, up? Are you worried about Arsenal at all? And I don't mean worried in a title, top four challenging sense. I just mean in the...
As a fan, just talking about...
As a Tottenham fan you saw the success you've had over us in the past few years, you know, okay, maybe not trophy-wise, but finishing higher in the league. Are you worried that era, let's say the golden era for Tottenham in the Premier League...
You're mugging it.
No,
No, I get what you mean.
Ends without the trophy...
But finishing above Arsenal and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not worried about Arsenal, and you'll probably say, oh, this is him being an arrogant Spurs fan and stuff like that, but it's not. Spurs are shit. Like, Tottenham are crap, but Arsenal are crap as well. Like, you've not done anything this summer for me to be convinced that you're turning a corner. I don't rate your manager. I don't rate him. I've been vocal about that many times. I think he is a big stumbling block on how much you can achieve, and similar, obviously Nuno is a much better manager, but like, I look at your team now, when a team is lacking in so many areas, that almost needs a manager to overcompensate for the areas that you're lacking. And I think that Arteta does the opposite. You have a team that's lacking and he even makes you worse. Like he almost sort of thrives on your deficiencies. So
you're saying Nuno's a better manager, yeah?
No, Nuno is hands down a better manager than
squad-wise?
Squad-wise, I think we have a better squad than yours. But again, it's like saying, oh, one dog's poo smells better than another dog's poo. Like, I think both squads are not to the standard, and that's even with the addition of Ben White for you and Romero for us. I think Romero on paper is a better centre back than Ben White. Romero got voted best centre-back in Serie A last year. Romero was one of the best centre-backs in Copa America en route to Argentina winning the tournament. Ben White, he had a decent season for Brighton and he's a good ball-playing centre-back, but is he a good centre-back outright? I don't know.
Well, he's going to be tested.
He's going to be tested. So let's see what happens. But I don't think you lot have done enough this summer. And then I see Granit Xhaka, your best friend, the guy that you've had DM squabbles with as well. I see you lot giving him a new deal to run till 2024. Bellerin, new deal to run till, I don't know when you lot, how long that's going to be. But I'm not seeing signs that you lot are turning a corner. I'm not seeing signs that you lot are acknowledging your issues and addressing them. Ben White is not enough. It really isn't. And the thing is, fair enough, you've got no European commitments this year, so you can literally flat out focus on the league. But like, when teams are in your situation, Liverpool, Chelsea, when they won the league, they'll trim the fat in their team and they'll bolster their 11. They'll make their 11 airtight, and make this 11 a machine 11 that can go and attack this league. I'm looking at your 11 now, and what's it meant to do? So what? Leno, Bellerin, or Cedric, or whoever.
Bellerin, Cedric,
Ben White, Gabriel, fair enough, good partnership. Tierney, very good left back. We know about him, and then Thomas Partey. But where's Partey's partner? Where's the number 10? Where's the... fair enough, you signed Emile Smith on a new contract.
But we also need another one on top to compete, play with and so on.
Exactly. You've still not addressed the striking issue as well.
You said when you're talking about Tottenham, you guys needed about 7 signings. Or 7 holes to plug this summer. I said the same thing, there's 7. We've only plugged 3. That's backup left back, Tavares. That's a central midfielder, maybe young in the mold of Guendouzi to come through. Lokonga. And then you got Ben White, who became a priority because Saliba went out. How many holes have you lot plugged?
1. Brian Hill, people think maybe he can. He's 19. Maybe he could plug the right wing spot, but again, no, it's too much pressure. So 1, and even that 1, it's not been confirmed yet. Romero hasn't come in yet, so until then, it's 0. Because Galini is, we needed a goalkeeper, but we didn't need a goalkeeper. Lloris is still going to be number 1. So as far as I'm concerned, our first 11 has still not improved. And it could get even worse if Harry Kane leaves, or when Harry Kane leaves, if Man City can actually cough up the cash. So
yeah, well, like you said, you're starting the season without him.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Exactly.
Whether he's still at Willock or on the way to Man City.
Yeah.
Before we go into this game, what's the target for this season for you as a Tottenham fan?
Top 6. Well, finishing maybe. If we finish 5th or 6th, I think based on what we have right now, it's an okay season. Do you get what I'm saying? But I can't call that a good season because we've been challenging for top 4 for years and years and years now, and this is the first. Yes, this recent season just gone is the first time in about 13 years that we finished outside of the top 6. So for me, getting back into the top 6. I don't consider that as like it's a first step, but it's not like, oh yeah, I should celebrate that. As I said, I have no expectation on Spurs this season, so I don't even know what to class as a good season. A great season for me would be getting back into the top 4, but that's impossible with the squad we have now.
Yeah, well, I pretty much say very similar in terms of us. So getting back into the top 4 this season is very much off the cards unless a madness happens. And
exactly. Yeah.
On this game then, are you looking forward to it? Can you take much from this game? Obviously, you know what this game means to us fans.
Yeah, this Arsenal Spurs in a friendly. It's not. It's never really a friendly, is it?
But especially to kick off the season. We've got the Charity Shield this weekend, but also this game here is kind of like all right, let's see what we're about and let's see what we're going to do again this season. Yeah,
I'm actually going to this game as well, so it'll be interesting. I think, me personally, I don't really look into pre-season as like a huge indicator for how I think the teams are going to perform, unless I'm seeing a player make repeated patterns that are like quite worrying. Like Aubameyang, for instance, for you, like I've not watched I've not watched the games, but I've read and I've spoken to my mates, and I'm hearing that like he doesn't look himself.
A lot of missed
all.
Chances.
So
a lot of missed chances. So that can change against you lot.
It could, and I bet it probably will.
So far, we are worried as Arsenal fans that he needs to kind of pick it up.
But yeah, just on the game itself, I just want to see a good game of football. To be honest, I think that's all I care about. You know me, I'm a season ticket holder, so I know we're going to be muddied no matter what. So at least make it worth my while. At least let me enjoy the product I'm seeing, even if we don't win. So I just want to see a good performance. I don't really care what the score is. If Arsenal win, it doesn't really bother me. It's a friendly. I don't care. But I'd like to see some of the players that are apparently staking a claim for themselves this season actually show me that they're worth being kept. Ali, show me that you're worth being kept.
You know what's mad? A lot of things you've been saying this whole video is things that I could be saying about Arsenal.
Say it, bro.
What you just said is literally the same. Obviously, we're going into the season with pretty much the same team as last season. So the least I can hope for is that these players that are being given another chance can show that they've deserved that other chance. Bare minimum.
Exactly.
Then why I expect to start, and that's going to excite me. But at the same time, with Gabriel injured, we don't see that partnership yet. You don't really know.
Oh, is he injured currently?
Yeah, because he pulled out the Olympics. I think he's back in the next week or so, but he'll miss the first couple games of the season and whatnot.
So who's he going to partner with then?
Mari, in my opinion. It should be Mari. Mari's probably the best leader in the back in the centre backs we have. That's how far. Listen, before him it was Holding, so it's all mad. Mari's probably the best leader we have.
He probably reads the game well. To be honest,
he reads the game well. I'd rather him next to Ben White, because if Gabriel's missing, then you'd want another left-footed centre back next to Ben White.
What's your thoughts on because I saw some news today. Obviously, you lot reported it actually. Joe Willock to Newcastle. What's your take on that? Because I actually don't think he's good enough for Arsenal, and I think 25 million. I think you should take that and invest it into a player that can be a guaranteed starter in this team. I think you sign Lokonga for depth. Go out and buy a partner that can actually play consistently alongside Thomas Partey.
Yeah, you're right. And again, I echo those words. I think when we signed Lokonga, we're giving Xhaka a new contract. These are positions that Willock plays in. So, the likelihood he's going to get any more chances than he already has is not really great. And I feel like the loan spell went very well. His value's at his highest right now. And like you said, if you can reinvest that 25 million into a better player, more experienced, or someone that impacts the first team with quality, like a Maddison or an Odegaard or Bernardo Silva, whoever the attacking midfielder might be, you do that.
100.
You do that, and obviously sometimes you got to watch your words when it comes to Arsenal fans as well, because they're very sensitive and they feel like I'm against the academy if I say something like that. But I love Saka, I love Emile Smith-Rowe, and I love players coming in from the academy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got to support these players by making better decisions around them.
Yeah, and I think even for Joe Willock as well, like, go where you feel the most appreciated. Go where you can get regular football, because he showed a lot of people, including me, last year that okay, maybe you're not as shit as I thought you were. Yeah. You're not good. I don't think you're good, but you're definitely.
Every time Tobs criticised him on the Big Six, the Big Six is a show on my channel. Every time Tobs criticised him, he scored that weekend.
Yeah.
And more often it was against you, man.
Yeah, honestly, he shut me up a little bit last season, but honestly, like, even beyond the fact that, oh yeah, I don't think he's good enough for Arsenal, like, just from a personal, like a player point of view, go where you feel loved. The Newcastle fans loved you, they adore you, they literally thought you were the difference between them staying up and going down.
And they really want him right now.
And they're literally gagging for him, so go where you feel loved and get regular game time and hone in on the areas that you're not so good in and perfect your game. You're only going to be able to do that by getting more game time.
Best move for both parties.
Yeah. Like, it's not like it's not like Arsenal discard all their academy prospects. The ones who are 30, they play. Yeah. Like Bellerin years back before he turned crap, he was 30, he played. Yeah. Saka, he's 30, he played. Do you get what I'm saying?
7 and 10 now, they're the numbers, they're very
Emile
much
Smith-Rowe, he's 30, he plays. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're 30, you'll play. And I think it's clear, like, Arteta's he's a villain, but Joe Willock, come on, let's be real. We know, man.
And we've got little value amongst the rest of the players we've got for sale right now anyway. So you've got to, and what you were saying about Willock, I'd say for Ainsley Maitland-Niles too. I think it's better for both parties that you find a playground that suits you and is going to help you develop, because it just hasn't worked out. I'd say Eddie's similar, but not so similar, because he hasn't shown as much as Maitland-Niles or Willock at Arsenal. But again, like, the decision has to be made.
Bro, like, there's no point you lot just keeping them for the sake of keeping them. Like, you lot had a bid for Ainsley Maitland-Niles last year that you knocked back only to not play him for the first half of the season and then send him on loan to
make for Partey money. When we could have sold Maitland-Niles and kept Martinez and had Martinez now.
And these are the guys who apparently know what's best for your club. And this is why I say you're in the. This is why I say I'm not worried about Arsenal as bad as Spurs are. Like, as long as these people are running your club, and as long as these players are in your team, same way, as long as the people that are running our club and the same players are still there, we're not going to prosper. We're both going to be mudded.
There's a ceiling to it, isn't it? There's a ceiling to it.
There's a cap, yeah.
What are you saying for prediction?
To be honest, I said I don't care if Spurs win or lose, but I actually want Tottenham to win. So,
especially you being there as well.
I'm tired of going there and losing. I think the last 2 times I've been to the stadium, which was crazy, was Wolves before the pandemic. We lost 3-2, and then last season as well, paying £60 for that game against Aston Villa, and we lost as well. So we're actually crap. But anyway, I would like to see a win soon. So I would go for 2-1 Spurs.
2-1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back my boys and say 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where it's coming from, but listen, it's pre-season, so let me get the rustiness out of the way now as well. And listen, it's very difficult to not predict a win against Tottenham, and as much as I want to be real about it. Okay. It is pre-season. The team will change up at half-time, and I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping Oba picks up a goal or two to kick-start the season for him. Hope you guys have enjoyed, people. Tobs, love for coming on the first ever Box to Box. Let me know in the comments what you thought.
Thanks for having me.
How we can improve it, all of those stuff, because it's going to be here every week of the season. Love for the love. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, do all of that, people. Peace.